Insomniacs and troubled sleepers of Reddit, when you wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep, what do? I do a reset. If I can't get back to sleep, I get up and walk through my bedtime routine again and then get back into bed. It usually works. I simply wallow in misery. Thank you for asking. I get up for the day. I've had some days where I'm running on half an hour of sleep. It truly sucks, but I don't know what else to do. If I just lay there, I never actually fall back asleep and usually end up getting out of bed a few hours later. I usually listen to a podcast rather than look at anything on my phone. I find that the light from the screen only makes it less likely that I'll be able to fall asleep again. Edit. Thank you so much for the awards. Really looking forward to trying all the suggested shows. I relive all the awful, uncomfortable, embarrassing, humiliating experiences or mistakes I've made in my entire life and deride myself for being an idiot, because that's a really useful way to spend time at 3:30 a.m., and then I fantasize about winning the lottery. Edit. We may all feel lousy in the middle of night, but at least now we know we're not alone, and that gives me lots of solace and hopefully for some of you as well. That's me right now. I usually browse Reddit for a while or watch YouTube until I get sleepy again. My body hasn't let me sleep for more than 4 hours a day for years. I usually go on Discord, and talk to my cousins who live in Ireland. I live in the States. If they're not on, I just do whatever. Edit. Thank you for worrying about my health, everyone who is, but I've been checked out multiple times by my doctor and specialist. I've had my head scanned, and had an electroencephalogram. Basically they attach little discs to your head, and monitor your brain activity. They did this while I slept, and they noticed no strange activity. They also did this in the middle of the day another time. Thanks for worrying, but I have had it checked out by specialists who said nothing appears to be wrong. Edit 2, woke up a little while ago, and actually timed my sleep last night. According to the clock app on my phone, I slept 4 hours, and 2 minutes. Still feel refreshed. I'm breaking my rules by being on Reddit, but here you go, fellow insomniacs. 1. Do not get on your phone, turn on the TV, or turn the lights on if your intent is to go back to sleep. You're just going to fuck up your brain. 2. Lay still, close your eyes, and start with the letter A. Name 5 things from a category that start with A. Baby names, city names, items in a grocery store, types of animals, things you would find in an office, whatever. Name 5 things from that category that start with the letter A, then move on to the letter B, then C, and so on. I skip Q and X. 3. If you make it through to Z, move on to another category. Masturbate. Do the washing up. Quietly. So I don't disturb my man. Go outside and look at the sky. Empty the rubbish bins. Quietly. Snuggle my cats. Get lots of licks and headbutts in return. Snuggle my hippopotamus Stuffy named Earl and try and find a position where my body doesn't hurt due to my chronic illness. Worry about everything I have said or done in my 40 years on Earth. Try and go back to bed. Snuggle my man, wake him up. Stroke his back until he falls asleep again. Take my cats back downstairs and snuggle them again. Cry. My body hurts so much and I have to get up for work in 3 hours. Put on a comforting, familiar film or TV show like Harry Potter or B99 with the volume down super low. Try and listen only and cover my face with a pillow to reduce the stimulation to my brain so I forget I am worrying about everything I have ever said or done and focus on reciting the dialogue in my head. Fall asleep hugging my cats and Earl. Wake up 1 hour before my alarm is meant to go off. Rinse. Repeat. I meditate until I fall back asleep. Plus I remove the extra drape to get myself colder, as I read somewhere that being colder makes it easier to fall asleep. Lie there for hours and feel like shit in the morning. Occasionally take a shower. I can't even fall asleep until 5 a.m. on most days. And then I'll just watch the sun come up and debate if I should nap or get up and try to fall asleep earlier later on to reset my schedule. Rarely works. You're looking at it. Drugs. Get up and wander around, trying to figure out why I'm not asleep. Do I need to pee? Am I too hot/cold? Do I need some water? If I drink the water, will I need to pee again? I hear an owl. It sounds so close. If I go to the window, will I see it? OMG, it's right there. Watch the owl for a while. Get into bed. Realize that my back hurts. Maybe that's why I'm awake. Try to go back to sleep, since I'm already back in bed, it's not happening. Get up for some painkillers. Try to pee again just in case, since I just drank another glass of water. Get back into bed. Every anxiety I've ever had crowds into my head. Listen jealously to my husband's untroubled slumber. Get out my iPad and earbuds to watch something to distract my brain. Doze off for an hour or two to Blue Planet, wake up tired. If by what do you do? You meant how do I go back to sleep right away when this happens to me? Then sorry, I can't help you, lol. I lay down. I try not to cry. I cry a lot. I lay there for an hour or two before driving off again, usually as my alarm goes off at 4:35 am. My current time I seem to be waking up around is 2:34 am, the last several nights that's the magic time. I'm hoping as we get into winter, I'm in Australia, the cooler nights will help me sleep more. I would get up and start the day, but once I'm up the dogs want to get up, then I'd end up waking everyone else. I hate insomnia. I wish I could get more than 4 hours sleep at night, but even more so I hate that my 17 years old is already showing similar signs of sleep deprivation and insomnia, and not even her sleep meds are working effectively now. Read a book. It usually puts me to sleep. If I am stressed and woke from a nightmare, I will do a few breathing exercises or meditation to calm down before trying to sleep. Surf Reddit. Lie awake and regret all my life choices. Weed. Fap then nap. I started using Headspace app. It has a specific nightcast thing for when you wake up, to help you fall back to sleep. Currently I try that, and if that doesn't work, I just put on a series and pretend to watch it. Used to clean my room when this happened. It happens less now that I am medicated so nicely. Read a book, do some work or study. If I've got a few extra hours in the day, may as well be productive. Also might put me back to sleep. I'm a night owl or vampire or whatever they call it nowadays. I can't sleep until sunlight, and it's really annoying when I have a job. Thankfully the pandemic took that from me. Now I just plug up my headphones and play COD or whatnot all night and sleep all day. To wake up at 3 am, I would have had to go to sleep before 3 am. I feel like I would have had to have gone to sleep before 3 am is the proper grammar, but it's 7 am and I still haven't slept, so I can't tell if that's actually just a nonsense sentence. Put The Office on and drift off to sleep. Only to be woken every 20 minutes by the absurdly loud opening credits. Before marriage, I would jerk off until I was tired enough to fall back asleep. Being married, I have to tiptoe to a secondary room or bathroom and jerk off silently like a ninja. Deleted. I usually end up laying in bed until I have to get up. If my brain can't rest, then I let my body rest. This will probably get lost in the comments, but if you read this. Weighted blanket. My so is a fellow insomniac. He bought it. The weight helps you feel secure and helps you sleep deeper. He said he cannot wake up during the night, even if he has a nightmare, which is a bummer, but it shows how deeply he sleeps. He uses a 7 kilograms one. Try it, it will help. BBC World Service. As soon as you hear something really interesting you want to listen to, you'll fall fast asleep. I'm up for the day at that point. Oh shit, that's me. Been under treatment for the last 6 weeks and I got a few tips to share. If it's a mental thing keeping you up, take a journal and write your worries down, and only the first thing you need to do. Only get into bed if you feel tired. These should prevent overthinking. Physical things like making sure you enter into sunlight just after you awake, hot showers before bed, even on hot nights, and melatonin from Amazon makes a huge difference. It depends on how often it is happening. Once in a while, after an hour or two, I just get up. If it is happening all the time, I stay in bed. I find I get some rest, am less tired the next day if I stay in bed. Watch stuff, start to get up and do some work. Repeat the next day. I get up. Walk around. Have some chocolate milk. Make a list on a notepad of things to do for the day. Go pee. Then go back to bed. I usually sleep a few more hours before a small face appears CMS from mine asking where their chocolate milk is. Oops. Masturbate, smoke weed, take melatonin, or pet cats. So far down, no one will read, but here goes. I figure I'm up because God wants me to pray for someone or something. It usually puts me back to sleep in less than 30 minutes. Okay, I know I'm late to the party, but I hope someone sees this. I've been in insomnia my entire life, and just learned of this thing called the watching hour. It turns out our obsession with 8 hours of straight sleep time in coordinated and regulated every single night is totally unnatural. There used to be this commonly understood idea of sleep coming into shifts, before midnight and after midnight. Once I realized this, it was easier to just accept that hour-long break where I take a bath by thinking about whatever I was dreaming about, etc., etc. Coincidentally, this has really improved the quality of my sleep, and it's become easier and easier for me to fall asleep earlier. Definitely worth a quick Google for you lifelong insomniacs out there. Strong indica. Jack it till I pass it. I'd too tired to be more creative. Have a joint. That usually allows me to drift off again. Basically I've narrowed it down to two options. I can either lay in my bed meditate/make up stories in my head, usually a mashup of sci-fi and magic worlds, or masturbate and roll over and go to sleep. That usually works the best. Actually, this is not insomnia and is totally normal. Before electricity and gas heat, it was commonplace to wake up in the middle of the night, tend the fire, tinker around for an hour or two, then go back to bed. I usually find the cat and snuggle him in with me. His purring helps me relax and fall back asleep. Me currently, I usually like going into my studio's bathroom because it's the most quietest place, can hear traffic in the living room, come in here, pack a bowl of some nice indica, play some tunes or sometimes bring my acoustic in here, awesome natural reverb, and just get lost until I'm either sleepy again or it's 6 a.m. and it's time to start the day. I get work done. I'm somehow my most productive at this time of day. It also allows me to stress less during the day. Sometimes I legit just start my morning and decide that I'll let sleep come to me when my body really needs it. Other times I'll just lay with my eyes closed and decide that even though it's not really sleeping, I'll just count it as sleep since I'm resting. I eat all the food in my fridge till I pass out. Absolutely don't look at the clock, this isn't a race. And don't do the mental math on how much sleep you'll get now, this is relaxing time, if nothing else. I'll also do a short wander around the house on the grounds that I might have heard something in my sleep. If there's any little quiet chores, I'll do them, put away dishes, tidy up bathroom counter, sweep floor. Don't vacuum, noisy, or do anything stressful or mentally challenging like bills, school/work. Then maybe a drink of water or a bathroom visit and right back into bed. I avoid my phone, TV and the computer. For really bad patches of insomnia I start a jigsaw puzzle. Get up, do a small section, back to bed. Wanking helps to sleep again. Take pre-workout and go to the gym. It is now 3:50. Alcohol and Reddit. I do something that focuses my brain a little but isn't super challenging, read a book or play a chill or repetitive video game usually. After doing that for a little while, a chapter, till the end of a week in Stardew Valley, etc., my brain recognizes that it has completed a task and can now relax again. Not foolproof, but definitely better than staring at the ceiling. I mostly lay there doing mental math about how much sleep I could get if I fell asleep right then. Deleted. I don't usually have the problem of waking up weirdly, for me it's usually that I just can't fall asleep. I really enjoy being active at night but that ain't gonna happen, so sleep just doesn't happen very much either. I try to make myself sleep before 11, but it's rare. And I do definitely wake up randomly, but it's not a huge problem. I either lay there in misery for the rest of the morning, get up and be productive, or I play video games. I either scroll on Reddit until I get tired enough to fall asleep again, or I get up and attempt doing something relatively productive. Thank you guys for watching, I really hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. See you soon.